The New York Jets have just tipped their hand at their quarterback plan of the future, and we gotta break it all down. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to Jets Football 365. If you're a New York Jet fan, please hit that subscribe button. But getting into the news for today, coming from Jets insider Rich Cimini. The man is quick with the updates, but he's not quick to spell words correctly. The Jets, currently on their bye week, worked out a host of players today, including quarterbacks Desmond and Dorian Thompson-Robinson. So the New York Jets currently rolling out Justin Fields as the starting quarterback for the team. It was going to be Tyrod Taylor versus the Cincinnati Bengals, but right now, Tyrod Taylor being injured, Justin Fields got another start, got the Jets their first win, which is extremely exciting. But what actually happened, the New York Jets worked out two quarterbacks, Desmond and Dorian Thompson-Robinson. What do these two quarterbacks have in common? These are two mobile quarterbacks who have the ability to run as well as pass. Desmond Ridder, he started off in Atlanta's scheme under Arthur Smith, the run-heavy offensive coordinator, was the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. He liked Desmond Ridder because he reminded him of Marcus Mariota. Now, not as good as Marcus Mariota, but if you remember back in 2015 when Mariota was drafted, he's a running quarterback. You actually saw it last Monday night, Commanders versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Marcus Mariota is a running quarterback, and we know Aaron Glenn likes running quarterbacks, which is why they were working out two running quarterbacks, because Justin Fields is currently not living up to expectations. But you may say, but Matt, he had two good games against the Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. First, let me bring up this amazingly edited graphic. Currently, if we rank defenses in the NFL by yards per game, starting with the worst defense in the NFL, it's the Cincinnati Bengals, giving up 408 yards per game. The 30th best defense, third worst defense in the NFL in terms of yards per game is the Pittsburgh Steelers, giving up 386 yards per game. The Bengals give up almost 32 points per game. The Pittsburgh Steelers give up 25 points per game. So it's not extremely amazing or impressive that Justin Fields was able to do very well against these teams. Everyone that has been going up against those defenses are doing really, really well against them. So this doesn't prove that Justin Fields is actually the quarterback of the future. But remember what I said about both of these quarterbacks, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Desmond Ridder. Remember what I said about them being mobile guys. This shows, if you needed more confirmation, that the New York Jets front office wants Lenore Sellers to be their starting quarterback. He's currently the starting quarterback at the University of South Carolina, almost pulled an upset over top 5 ranked Alabama last weekend, but unfortunately could not finish off the deal. Ty Simpson and the Alabama Crimson Tide did eventually win over the South Carolina Gamecocks, but Lenore Sellers played well in that game. But so far this season, he has been more Anthony Richardson and less Jaden Daniels. Lenore Sellers, really big dude. He's going to remind a ton of people of Cam Newton the same way that Anthony Richardson did. But the reason why the New York Jets are, without a doubt, looking very closely at this guy, and we have confirmation that they had scouts in attendance for this football game, because Ty Simpson was one of the highest ranked guys for this year, and Lenore Sellers has elite traits that he's bringing to the table. He has a huge arm. He is a huge person. He's either 6'4" or 6'5", huge guy, really, really, really athletic. He will remind you of Anthony Richardson, Cam Newton, because he's a big dude who's just really tough to bring down. And he's one of those quarterbacks that, just like Justin Fields, when they get to the second level, you know the cornerbacks are not going to be able to be physical enough with them. You know he's going to be running guys over. He had a really nice touchdown run against Virginia Tech in the first game of the season and just ran guys over and really showed off how physical this guy could be. This kind of worries me, because I certainly believe there are some significantly better quarterbacks in this draft over Lenore Sellers, but I was big on Anthony Richardson coming out. I do like to take the gamble. I think you have to gamble in the NFL draft, because people always talk about, this guy could bust really bad, but any quarterback, any player that you draft in the NFL draft could bust. So to me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to be like, this guy's more risky than that guy. Just take the guy with the highest upside and live with it. Whatever happens, happens. The Buffalo Bills took a huge risk on Wyoming's Josh Allen, and we all know how that turns out. They got one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and Josh Allen's going crazy. But he can't throw the ball at all. Well, he figured it out. They say talent sets the floor, but character sets the ceiling. If Lenore Sellers has the right character to put all of his elite traits together, this guy could be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Now, that being said, from what I've seen, I'm not sure he's ever going to put it together. I'd rather take Fernando Mendoza. But with the people that the New York Jets are working out, the quarterbacks that they're taking a look at, it is very obvious what their plan is, and they want a running quarterback because the running quarterback changes the way that every mesh point between a running back and a quarterback is handled differently when you have a quarterback who can run. Now, the defense has to assign a rusher or a player to take care of the quarterback should he be pulling the ball on that play. And really, you can turn every run play into an option for the quarterback. You can always give your mobile quarterback, like we do with Justin Fields, the option to, if he is about to hand the ball off and he looks out and sees the edge crashing down on the run, he pulls it and he runs right after that edge. He goes it, hits the edge, tries to get outside, try to make a big play. And when they're not doing that, when the defense commits a player to stop the quarterback from going out, that makes it so the running back can no longer be tracked down from behind by the backside defender. So it's a really good advantage to have if you do find a really good quarterback who's able to do that. And that's why Justin Fields was the pick for Aaron Glenn. And it's clear now, seeing what Woody Johnson is saying in the media, that it was Aaron Glenn's decision to pick up Justin Fields and Woody Johnson let it happen, because there is no way that Woody Johnson would ever come out and say the things that he has said about Justin Fields over the last 2 weeks if he had picked Justin Fields to be his quarterback for the New York Jets. Certainly, Woody Johnson is not a Justin Fields fan. He said the offense would look a lot better if you could complete passes. So, that's it's definitely true. Justin Fields to that point was looking like someone who was on his way out of the league. But that's still not something that your owner should ever be saying about their starting quarterback. Now, I don't think I actually have a picture of him. He was in the intro, the back half of the intro, but Brady Cook is another guy that a lot of Jets fans are asking about. They're saying, why isn't he the next man up? Why don't we try him out? It's because he's not good at quarterback. It's that simple. He was an undrafted free agent because no one wanted him in the draft, because he has some athleticism. You can do all the reasons that I was talking about Lenore Sellers, about how the quarterback can deal with backside edge rushers and occupy more members of the defense than a pocket passer would. Brady Cook does stress the defense in those ways, but he's just not athletic enough. His processing on film is not fast enough. And I watched a ton of Brady Cook all 22 film when I was scouting Luther Burden for this last NFL draft. So there's a reason why Brady Cook went undrafted. If you're a New York Jets fan, do not expect Brady Cook to see any action at all this year. It's very possible, being 1-7, it's very possible that Brady Cook does see the football field at some point, but don't expect big things. If you're someone who is, putting all your eggs in the Brady Cook basket, I would strongly advise you don't do that. He is not the savior that you think he is, although I would absolutely love it if he was. The same way I would love it if you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and go Jets.